So how many people here watch anime? A whole 3 people, wow, okay. So out of 3 people, how many have seen the series My Hero Academia? Okay, everybody, okay. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar, it's this whole superhero kind of thing with superheroes and villains, and you know, everybody has superpowers in this world and so forth and so on. And I was watching the final series, the final season of the series, and the main character, Doria, he was just so determined to save the villain, and he just had this drive, and he's determined, and he was able to enter the consciousness of the villain, and he had to break through this hard exterior shell, and he was able to see the darkness that the villain went through as a child, the abuse from his father, and watching how he ended his loved ones and everything, and just became lost in the world, and the only thing around him was embraced this darkness, and he was just filled with this heavy stuff. And on the spectrum with the hero, he just had this love of life, he was a super nerd for superheroes. You know, for those of us who watched this season, we know that he went around and took chart of everybody's superpower and what they were, and got all nerdy about it. And he just had this love of life. And between the 2 spectrums, we have someone who is filled with this heavy stuff, and they became this villain. And then you have this person that just loved life, and they just wanted to save everybody. And it made me think of, you know, what was in the villain's heart space versus what was in the hero's heart space. And from just that one series, you see that those characters who just had all this heavy stuff, they became villainous. And those who had this love about them, they became heroes. And it's the same mechanism. It's this idea of you want to share with someone. And years ago, I had an experience with somebody who just lost her husband, and somebody said to me, well, she's suffering right now. And from her heart space, that's all she has to offer is that suffering. And we offer from that space, whether it's suffering or love. So the big takeaway from everything, if you're still following me, is what is in your heart space? And how do you express what is in that heart space?